We all have our own palates, and there's one combination of grapes that absolutely drives me crazy. I'm gonna talk about that and taste a few wines. That's all coming up. Hello. Welcome back to Exotic Wine Travel. I am your host, Matthew Horkey. Well, winter time is approaching us, so now it's time to drink some red wines. Got the long sleeve shirt going on, got the COVID hair being all crazy. At least it keeps my head a little bit warm, but never mind all that stuff. We're going to taste and talk about some wines today, including a combination, a blend that may be one of my favorite blends in the world. Before we get started, I want you to let me know in the comments below, what are your favorite blends? What are your favorite grape combinations? What's your kind of go-to? So if you watch the show, you know it's no secret that I love Italian wines. And in a country that's so full of unique indigenous grapes, why do international grapes need to be planted there? In the 1970s, that was the birth of some of these modern Super Tuscans that you may have heard of. Tignanello, Salaya, Sassicaia, Ornellaia. All these wines had French grapes in Tuscany, in Italy. That's blasphemy, right? French grapes in Italy is a quite controversial thing amongst hardcore wine geeks. But I have to tell you what, there's something magical for me about the blend, the marriage of Sangiovese and Cabernet Sauvignon. I think they go perfect together. If you know me, I like more red fruit driven flavors, and I feel like Cabernet Sauvignon in Tuscany has more of that red fruit. The tannins, the structure kind of build up Sangiovese, make it really pleasant in the mouth. It's a flavor that I really like. I'm guilty as charged. You know, while Cabernet Sauvignon is a modern thing in Tuscany, there are some regions that have Cabernet Sauvignon as part of their history. We're going to talk about some of those today. I'm so happy to be tasting some of these wines. I've had some digestion problems the last couple days, so I haven't been able to taste or drink, but this is the first day in a couple of days that I'm gonna sip on something that I actually like. Let's get started here. When the Italian appellation system started opening up and some of these Super Tuscans became more sought after, you know, some of the rules started to bend and allow Cabernet Sauvignon to be blended. Chianti Classico allows it. Also, this little appellation in South Tuscany, Maremma, Morellino di Scansano. This is the Fattoria Le Pupille. Morellino di Scansano Riserva 2017. Funny story about this. I was on a casual just Zoom wine call a few weeks ago, and so happened one of the members of the family was on the call. We talked a little bit. He sent me some of these wines. This is 2017. This is 90% Sangiovese, 10% Cabernet Sauvignon. So funny as you see that the bottle's not completely full. When I first got this in, I wanted to have a glass of this with lunch. I didn't want to get too toasted, so I used my trusty Coravin right here. And it was supposed to only have one glass, but I ended up having about 2.5 because the wine is so delicious. This is Tuscan wine to a T. Great Sangiovese Cabernet Sauvignon, like ridiculous. Almost Brunello di Montalcino-like in flavors and structure. You get those leather notes, just a touch of tomato, tobacco leaf, sour cherry for days, and those nice biting tannins. Really, really enjoyed that wine. So we're going to talk about a region that actually has Cabernet Sauvignon in its history as well. Carmignano, which is near Florence. Actually, Cabernet Sauvignon is, there's records that it could have been planted there as early as the 1700s. And in 1975, it became the first DOC, not only to include, but to require Cabernet Sauvignon being blended into the wine. One of those producers that was instrumental in actually getting that appellation approved was Capezzana. This is the Villa di Capezzana Carmignano 2016. This is 80% Sangiovese, 20% Cabernet Sauvignon. This is just wonderful. This in the world of really good wines around the world, I think is a screaming value. You can get this around $25. Obviously, you see the bottles polished off because it's so flipping good. But I'm going to try today their Riserva. This is the Trefiano Riserva. This is Carmignano Riserva 2016. This is mostly Sangiovese, but this only has 10% Cabernet Sauvignon in it. 2016, great vintage in Tuscany. Oh my gosh, it's exactly everything that everything that I really enjoy about this blend. Sour cherry for days. Tobacco, mineral, earthy type of notes. My goodness. Red currants. Almost like when you're going out in the forest in the fall and you're stepping on the leaves and you get the mud, the leaves all over your shoes. That's kind of the smell that comes out. Just really, really classic Tuscan style wine. Wow, I really like this. Sangiovese is a grape that makes wines that are sweet and sour and savory all at once. That's what this wine has. And then the Cabernet Sauvignon adds some tannic backbone. This is a wine it's wonderful now. It's pretty tannic. I would love to drink this without 10 years of age. I think it's really nice. If you're gonna have it now, just give me some big Tuscan bistecca, a nice big slab of meat. Oh, wonderful wine. Long finish, tangy. I'm not even gonna spit this. I'm gonna drink it, guys. So it's so good. Oh. Get some of those leather notes on the end. Wonderful wine. Oh, this Morellino di Scansano, and this something I highly recommend. Let's move on to something that's kind of like more modern, this more super Tusky. This is the Avignonesi, famous for their Vino Nobile di Montepulciano. This is the Grifi Toscana 2016. This is about 50-50 Sangiovese Cabernet Sauvignon. This is an IGT Tuscan wine. I'm so thankful that I can do tastings like this thanks to my Coravin Model 6 here. I love these. I love Coravin. I've been using it for several years. We actually are affiliates. They're one of our partners. We have a discount code. You can get 10% off all Coravin systems, equipment, refill capsules. I'll put that in the description box. But enough of me blabbering. Let's taste some wine, shall we? Now I had the 2015 of this a couple of weeks ago with a Master of Wine, and she was really loving it. It went awesome with a pot roast I made. Yeah, once in a while I do cook. I'm not the best cook in the world, but once in a while I do put stuff together. 2016, I'm excited to taste this. Another, like I said, excellent vintage in Tuscany. This is a bit farther south. This is north of Florence. More northern part of Tuscany. This is more in the south. We can see this is a little bit of a darker color because there's more Cabernet Sauvignon in it. Right away, this is a little bit bigger, a little bit beefier, probably more full body. Let me see the alcohol, 14. Oh, this is actually more alcohol, 14.5. Oh, this, I think the Cabernet Sauvignon shows through a little bit more, so you get some more capsicum, more greeny type notes, but still the sour cherry and the red currant, undeniable. Full body, plush. I'm surprised. I expected this to be a little more fruitier than this. This is actually a little bit more savory, a little bit more leather type of notes. I like the greens. The Cabernet Sauvignon's really coming through. I think a lot of people might think this is a Bordeaux, maybe on the nose, with that tangerine peel, like acidity that you get from Sangiovese. Undeniable here. A little bit shy now, but I think it's still an excellent wine. Really going to show through as it sellers for the next couple years. Also, I recommend this quite a bit. I didn't taste this Morellino di Scansano. I think this is just really, really, you know what? I've got time. I'm going to do it. I'm going to taste it. Hold on. Why the heck not? I have the Coravin here. There's no real excuse to not taste it here. I had this wine, like I said, a few days ago with pizza. Sorry, as that drips out. Don't want to waste any argon gas. Those capsules can get expensive. That's why I use our discount code. Wow. This only has 10% of the Cabernet Sauvignon, so aromatically it doesn't come out as much. So the Sangiovese, what's dominant, so sour cherry for days. This wine has so much intense sour cherry fruit. It's tangy on the palate. I think the Cabernet Sauvignon, the tannin adds a little bit to the backbone. Awesome wine. Especially in the world of wine, I think you can get, I think the Grifi is the most expensive. I think it's around, $35. You can get these for under 30 around the world. Really killer stuff. What can I say? I love Cabernet Sauvignon and Sangiovese. Guilty as charged. Sorry to all fellow wine writers, wine people out there. Let me know. Have you tried these wines before? Do you like the Tuscan blends with Sangiovese, Cabernet Sauvignon? I'd love to know. Leave it in the comments below. Thanks for sticking around, guys, and I will see you at the next episode.
Hello, thanks for watching.
Hey, you made it to the end. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell so you know when new videos are out. If you like content like this, check out our Patreon page where you get some behind the scenes exclusive content. Thanks for watching. Cheers.
Cheers.